Hey guys, before we get started, I've been asked to do all of your lessons and all of your videos at the beginning of the week. So everything for the entire week will be available at 8:30 a.m. on Mondays for like the next however many weeks of school, 5 weeks or whatever. But I'm also getting private messages and emails about problems that you missed. Stop. I've asked that you do all communication through the comment section. All communication through the comment section. I don't understand how more specific I can be than all of the communication through the comment section. Thank you. Also, when it comes to tests, if you don't read the instructions and you answer the wrong question, then that is not an issue with me. That is, you got it wrong. Okay? So please stop emailing me, stop sending me private messages. I'm going to stop answering them. All right? Great. Let's get started with day one notes of parallelograms and triangles. All right, parallelograms are quadrilaterals. They have both pair of opposite sides are parallel. So we have a shape something like this right here, where we have opposite sides are parallel to one another. That means they're equal distance apart always. Any side of a parallelogram can be called a base, and the height of the parallelogram is perpendicular to the base. Okay, so this can be our base, or this can be our base. The height will be connecting the two parallel sides. It will be a 90-degree line perpendicular to both sides. Or we could have done it this way. A 90-degree line, let's do it this way. A 90-degree line perpendicular to both bases. You can have multiple bases, you can have multiple heights on a parallelogram. Okay? It's just important that they are perpendicular, 90 degrees. All right, so how do we find the area of a base or area of a parallelogram? We do area is equal to base times height, and this is in square units, okay? So if it's in inches, it's inches squared, meters squared, on and on and on. All right, let's run through some problems here. Number one has a cool little rectangular shaped kind of parallelogram here. Oops. Cool little rectangular shaped parallelogram, and it says that this side is 10 inches, this side is 4 inches, and then it's nice and it gives us the height of it is 5 inches. Well, we know that the perimeter, we know that these two sides must be equal and these two sides must be equal. So we know that the perimeter is going to be 10 plus 4 plus 10 plus 4, which is going to be 28 inches. And we know that our area is going to be our base. The bases that we're talking about, we're not talking about 4 inches as a base. That height is connecting 10 and 10, so 10 must be our base. So 10 times 5. We get 10 times 5, which is going to give us 50. And 50 what? Inches. But now it's inches times inches, so it's inches squared. All right, number two. Number two says that it has this little kind of parallelogram here. And it says that this is 21 centimeters. This is 17 centimeters. And then we know that our height is going to be here, which tells us that our base is our 21, right? So this whole thing must be 21, but this little portion of it, they're telling us is 8 centimeters. That's quite nice of them. So now we need to find our height. So first let's do the perimeter because it's the easiest. So 17 plus 21 plus 17 plus 21 is going to give us 76 centimeters. And then we need to find h, our height. So I do 8 squared plus h squared is equal to 17 squared, or 64, plus h squared is equal to, what is that? 289, right? Subtract 64 from both sides, and I get 225 is equal to h squared. Do the square root of both sides, and I get h is equal to 15. So I know that our height is now equal to 15. All right, so now we do base, which is 21, times height, 15, to find our area. So our area is equal to base of 21 times height, 15, and that is going to give us, 315 centimeters squared. 315 centimeters squared. All right, number 3. Number 3 gives us this little parallelogram here, and it says that all sides are congruent, so that makes our perimeter real nice and easy, which is 4 times 24, or 96, and we're in inches, so 96 inches. Now it tells us that this angle right here is a 60-degree angle, which means that this angle must also be a 60-degree angle, and then it gives us that as our height, so that's a 90-degree angle. Well, that means our hypotenuse right here is 24. That also means that this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Our short side is half of our hypotenuse, so that's got to be 12. And our middle leg is our short side times the square root of 3. So we get 12 roots of 3. So now I need to find the area, which is going to be the base, 24, times the height, which is 12 root 3. So that's going to give me, 12 times 24. 12 times 24 is going to give me 288 root 3. 288 root 3, yeah. And if you wanted to simplify that even further and give you a rough estimate of what it is going to be, 288 times the square root of 3 is going to give us approximately 498.8 inches squared. Right, number 4. Number 4 has this cool little parallelogram right here. And then it says this base is 20 meters. Then it says this is 37 degrees out to here. And then we know this is our height because it's perpendicular to the opposite base here. So this is 24 meters. All right. So now we need, we have this degree. We have our opposite, and we need our hypotenuse here. So what are we going to do? Sine, right? Sine of 37. Sine of 37 is equal to opposite, 24, over hypotenuse, x. So multiply both sides by x, and then divide both sides by sine 34. So 24 divided by sine of 37 will give me x, and x will equal 24 divided by sine of 37. That will give me 39.88. 39.88. So that gives me this. And now we need to find the perimeter, which is 2 times each side. So 39.88 times 2 plus 40 is going to give me perimeter's 119.76 meters. And then our area is going to be our base times our height. And we will get 20 times 24, which is 480 meters squared. All right, number 5. Number 5 says the base of a parallelogram is twice its height. So I have a parallelogram, and I know that the base is equal to twice the height. And then I know that this is going to be equal to height. So if the area of a parallelogram is 72, so I know area is equal to base times height, and I know that this one's going to be equal to 72, but I also know that that B is going to be equal to 2H. So I can say 2H times H is 72, or 2H squared is equal to 72. 7, I'm getting ahead of myself here. 72 divided by 2 on both sides will give me H squared is equal to 36. Square root on both sides, and I get H is equal to 6. All right, so I know that my height is now equal to 6, and I know that my base is now equal to 12. So I can find my perimeter, and I can find my area and all that good stuff, but it just wants to know what the dimensions are. So height is equal to 6 feet, and base is equal to 12 feet. And we're done. Areas of triangles. So we're going to do a couple of triangles here. Area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times height. Once again, anything can be called a base, and the height just must be perpendicular to one of the sides. Okay, so it gives us this funky little upside down triangle here. We know that this is not 90 degrees because it says that this is 90 degrees over here. It gives us 41. It gives us 19. And it says our height is 30. So this must be our base, and this must be our height. So if you want to go ahead and find area, it's 1/2 times 19 times 30, which is going to be 285 inches. Get ahead of myself again. 285 inches squared. Now we need to find the perimeter, but we need to find this portion right here. So we know that this piece is 27. So 27 squared plus 30 squared is equal to x squared, or what is that? Like a big number, huh? We're going to go with 729 plus 900 is equal to x squared, or 1629 is equal to x squared. It's square root of both sides, and we get 40.36 is equal to x. So do the perimeter, and we get that plus 41 plus 19, and that is 100. So P is equal to 41 plus 19 plus 40.36, and that gives us 100.36 inches. All right, number 7. A right triangle has a perimeter of 36 meters, a hypotenuse of 15 meters, and a leg of 9 meters. Find the area of the triangle. All right, a triangle has the perimeter is 36, and we know that the hypotenuse is 15, and we know that a leg is 9. So 36 minus 15 minus 9 will give us this remaining side, which gives us 12. And then it says it's a right triangle, and it wants to know the area. So the area is equal to 1/2 base times height, or area is equal to 1/2 9 times 12, which is 54. So 54 meters squared, because meters are in the intro. All right. Number 8 and 9 are on your review key. Please, once again, comment, or any question you need, ask it in the comment section. If you're not following instructions, I'm counting it wrong, just like I would during the normal year. Please pay attention to those things. Okay? Okay. Have a wonderful day. And from now on, we will have everything front loaded, the material and all the videos. If you have any questions, let me know.